Once upon a time, the Bond father and Gavin embarked on an epic journey. Sit back, relax and enjoy this special Kate Glass origin story blazing the American dream.
Alright guys, here we are, day one. I have a great story to tell you guys. It's going to be the story of an adventure, blazing trails, the new American dream. You like that, Gavin? Love it. Blazing trails, the new American dream. Gavin and I are now making some glass that we're going to take on the road down to Las Vegas and through Phoenix, the Grand Canyon, Tucson, Albuquerque, El Paso. Our final destination is Austin, Texas for the South by Southwest Music and Art Festival. And we're going to be engaged in that. Gavin, we're going to be doing, we'll be on some panels, doing some judging, and also some vending down there. Oh yeah. Did I mention the treasure hunt that we're going to do along the way?
No, you didn't mention that.
Yeah, that is just one small part of this entire campaign, Blazing Trails, the new American dream. Gavin, we're literally going to cross off so many bucket list things.
I've got the list. I got my pen. I'm ready to cross them off.
We are inviting our community to participate virtually in all of these experiences. We're asking for your support and for your participation. We're also offering some sponsorship ideas. Some of these, I'm going to create a list like Gavin described. Some of our the wishes, such things as like visiting BattleBots or the Sphere in Las Vegas, the overnight camping trip in the Grand Canyon, the roller coaster at New York, New York. We're going to bring bongs to sell. We're going to reward those people that want to sponsor some different activities.
And we're going to get freaking fucking wild.
We're going to vlog every morning. We're going to create long form content every evening. And we're going to document the day. We're going to go live with pop-up tents and sales down by the river.
Oh yeah.
Maybe on the strip. Really, honestly,
We'll even do lives in the car.
yeah, 3-week trip, and I'm super glad that Gavin was able to join us. Shahaley, we got to thank Shahaley for allowing
Oh yeah.
a brother to go on a 3-week trip.
On the 3-week adventure.
All right, let's make some glass for this trip, Gavin. Let's do something really cool.
Let's do it.
Yeah,
Let's get crazy.
yeah. I think we'll bring this set down to South by Southwest.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We got it. It's our duty.
And you know, as this video continues, I am going to talk about my business a lot, Gavin.
Oh, yeah.
We're gonna really kind of start from the origins and talk about the different pieces that we make. Back in 1998, I started my business making just hand pipes.
Just the pipe.
Yep, I watched glass blowers make bongs for about a year. I learned the equipment. I assisted in small parts of that process. But when I branched out on my own, I was making just pipes for like the first couple of years.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty wild, pretty wild. So
Super wild.
that was in 1998, and since then we've just been steadily increasing our skills, improving our products, evolving the products, advancing them,
Honing in our style.
adapting to new trends in the industry, bringing young people in with creative energy and skills. How long have you been working here, Gavin?
Ooh, I want to say at least 5 years.
5 years now.
About 5 years.
That's a good run. That's a
lot.
damn good run. All right, respect. Nice job.
Heck yeah.
We're gonna demonstrate for you a pipe, and then a stash jar, and then an ashtray, and then we're gonna start off with the classic Special K ball.
The classic.
Yep. Come on over here. I want to show you the code real quick. Gavin, get the camera, brother, and take the first one. Gavin on there. Okay. have some fun with this one. It should be quite pretty. This is a little color we call Amber Rose Sunset. So we're gonna get that on there nice and chunky. But then I'm also gonna add some of this really colorful raspberry color, this larger size twist. And this is really going to make it a very attractive set. And we'll do the entire set with these same colors, with the amber rose and the raspberry swirled together, and maybe a few little twists. I definitely would like to, show you all the really great little elements and moves that we've developed over these years. So I'm gonna grab this pipe from Gavin. I'm gonna put another second gather on here.
Just about the right coolness for the perfect gather.
Yeah, Gavin, it'll be like the medium size piece. And
Medium size wrap, medium size piece.
yes. Gavin, one thing that I would point out, that first gather, I wouldn't exactly take like that because it makes it harder to start to melt.
Right, right.
So that's especially when we're gathering down.
Just hit that backside.
Yeah, it's one thing to like kind of let it fall off and maybe tap.
Yeah.
But when you push down on the tip, you're
Take
taking
away
away
that
starting.
heat. Right. Right. You got super. You got iron plug in.
One of the hardest things at the end of the day is when you can't get a bubble started. Just like that. Took every ounce of energy I had, but could you see it expand a little bit? Yeah. So that's quite perfect now. And yeah, this is gonna be a chunky mess. A chunky mess.
What color you go for that wrap?
I was thinking pink, Gavin.
Pink?
Yeah.
Mighty fine choice.
Okay, so look at this, you guys. Whoa. What? Yeah, so let's take a close look at that. And this is honestly really expensive color. This color is about $50 or $60 a kilo. But we bought this scrap. This is that's the only way I can afford to use so much color, so much expensive color. How much is this? That's probably a few dollars worth of
Oh, definitely. But you know what?
What?
For the customers.
On this set is gonna be epic.
Gotta go the extra mile.
Yeah. I think that I wonder, Haley, do you think you would want to help us blow this out while you film, or should I blow it out on my own?
I can blow, yeah.
That might be okay for our viewers. Wow, oh my god, I can't believe I'm doing this.
They can get the greaser's point of view.
Yeah. So this will be a color that no one has ever seen before. Yeah, and you know what? I'm really glad, Shaylee, that you got a nice angle on that. I am gonna go ahead and do a swirling of the color and some twists and maybe some little waves. Because it's fun. And once this color melts in, you can see it's looking chunky. it is a nice, gentle touch, but definitely it's all about the timing and the pressure. And honestly, I like little texture on the bone. So it gives you a little extra grip. Yeah, you don't lose it. Now I blew some more air in there. Got a really nice start. Oh yeah. I'm gonna milk this in pretty good. Try to even out the heat, and then so when I blow this out, I can get a nice shape. And then, Gavin, did we say just the neck wrap?
Oh, yes.
Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do a little flower print, rosy style. Perfect.
All right, I'm gonna start
Yeah, do that. Put some red on the tip, Gavin.
Red on the tip.
Yeah, pink, but
Yeah.
red on the tip.
Full coat of pink, red on the tip.
Yeah.
Get our nice full coat of pink. We're gonna melt that in. Grab that red for the tip.
Oh yeah. Move that tray out of the way for you so you can go right on the tip with the red. The one that's sitting on the red there, yeah. And then Shaylee, as soon as you get him getting do that, then come help me blow this out.
All right.
Little bubble on here. Blow. Stop. Nice. Blow. Stop. Okay, that's good for her. So I'm gonna use this paddle to flatten the bottom. Obviously, super important. I'm going to use my diamond shears to create this line right here. And that's where it's going to bump off the pipe. And then Gavin, if he's ready, is going to bring over the wrap. And we're going to make a little flower, and we're going to put some little vines on there. Gavin, you ready? Okay, so got that, and then we've got this to do. Got a nice looking piece going on there. Really cool colors, I have to say. It was just as I hoped. I'm loving the colors on this right now. Super solid, super solid. Now we're going to open this out and give it a beautiful flavor. So a little bit more.
you're using?
Using some graphite reamer to shape and mold to make it nice and form-fitting for and acceptable for mounts. No sharp edges, no jaggedness, nice, smooth, elegant, beautiful mount.
Alright, so Gavin,
Yeah.
what'd you think?
Quality.
That was pretty sick, right?
This is quality. That's the quality dog right there.
Okay, so we're not gonna do that pipe anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of these on this solid rod. And I would like for you to get the air in the mesh.
Oh yeah.
I'm only leaving that for one. You can test it and see if there's still enough air in there. It doesn't need much.
Alright, Chris, what do you got going on right now?
Okay, I am trying to match the colors of that bomb. This is going to be a nice little to medium size Sherlock pipe. And Shahili, the reason why I wanted to start with this is, as I explained earlier, this is what I built my business on, with this little pipe. And even the next 3 pieces that we make were all evolved from this process. Gavin, I've never really told you this before, but when I first started making pipes, I made probably about 150,000 pipes before I really even got into bombs. Like, that was like the first few years of my business. And as I was making those pipes, I started to get pretty good at carving out the glass with the jacks.
Right.
Every once in a while, my assistant, Coco, aka Tomoko, Yasutaki, would bring me a star that was bigger than I wanted, more glass. Right?
Big old star.
Yeah, and so I started carving out bigger pieces of glass.
Okay.
And then I started thinking, maybe I could actually make a small vessel.
Right.
Yeah, it's enough glass, and I carve it out. And I do my little drop move, and then catch it with the jacks, and then just rip it open.
Right.
Right?
Oh yeah.
So that is the origin of the solid jars.
Okay. So that's how that
Yeah.
came to be.
And after the jars, then I started thinking, what if I can rip this all away?
Right.
So then what do I have then?
Got bombs.
If I take a jar, I get it super hot, and I rip it all the way open.
Oh, you got your bowls included. Your bowls, right?
The ashtrays.
Oh, the ashtrays. Okay. I see. I was thinking like a lot more glass.
No, most basically the same amount of glass.
Right. You're just opening
Opening it up.
nice and wide and flat.
And I was doing that with only the jacks.
Wow. Okay.
I
No
wasn't
paper.
squeezing it.
Right.
So then, the final iteration of that process,
Right.
actually squeezing the jar open.
Right.
So right now, I'm just about to show everybody that whole little evolution, iteration after iteration. Nice. All right. So we got it all.
Yep.
Yep. I do not see my diamond shears. I probably. All right. So Gavin, we will go ahead
You put a carb on this
and
bad
put a
boy.
carb on this little one. I don't
Okay.
usually put carbs on ones this size, but I want everyone to see that whole process. 'Cause,
Right. This is its final form.
yeah, I made a lot of pipes before I ever put a carb on one. When I was actually taught how to make pipes, but no one was putting carbs on them, and they weren't making them stand up. We're gonna make a little stand-up pipe. It's gonna be super sick.
Nice. Those are my favorite.
It's gonna match the ball. It's gonna have the same swirls as the jar and the ashtray.
Oh yeah.
And we're gonna have this piece with us the entire time. We'll take it down to Austin, Gavin. Woo! And this will be our marquee top shelf piece of it.
Absolutely.
We'll probably end up giving this away. Honestly, if I'm being honest. Knowing us.
I love to see people's faces when they get a new set or a new pipe or a bomb or anything. Crazy to think about a lot of the meaning a lot of people hold to pipes and bombs. A lot of people tend to get attached and consider their pipe or bomb like their baby.
Yes, very much so in our community.
Definitely. It's cool to have that relationship.
I've had many shop owners tell me that our pieces are the most named bombs of all time, because each one has so much unique flair and character to them.
Right. It's so unique. It stands out.
The one name that is the number one all-time name, though, towards the bottom. Can you guess what it might be?
The all-time name?
Yeah, the one that I've heard more than ever.
Oh. Chihuly.
No, the name of a bomb.
Oh.
Pet name for a bomb.
Oh, that name for a bomb. My baby. Normally I hear people say call their bombs their baby. My daily driver.
I've heard at least a dozen times. I've heard people name their bombs Ariel.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
because we've had so many like mermaid fans out there, and see the pinks and the purples and different kinds of mermaid colors. Whoa. Wow. That was a big one. Okay. I like that.
Get your tool in there and clean that bad boy out real good. Ariel, that's different.
That surprises you?
Yeah, that does.
Haley was surprised. Yeah,
Yeah, I never heard that one.
this is Ariel. This is Ariel. This is Ariel. You know,
Normally I hear people go like, oh, this is my baby right here. This is my daily driver.
well, really, that's not really a name.
So, you have a bomb that you've had forever, especially your, for instance, we'll say a special case stretcher, and it's been your daily driver. You hit that thing, you come home, like that's your one and only. People come over and you're like, hey, you want to hit this? This is my baby. Be careful when you handle it.
So I'm just prepping this up for. I gotta get some glass on there quick. I guess as I'm prepping for this, I want to tell a little bit more about the background for Special K, Gavin.
Definitely.
Yeah.
This is chapter 1 of our adventures, Origins.
So it started off in 1998, Gavin. We knew some glass blowers that were making bongs, and
In the heart of Seattle.
in the heart of Seattle, we built them a glass blowing studio, and we agreed to sell their bongs for them.
Right.
And that lasted about a year and a half.
Right. Establishing relationships, right?
I learned some stuff. I definitely learned a lot when I was young. I was like 25. And then we closed that business down. But I started renting time with, guess who I was renting time with?
I'm trying to think of his name. We flew glass with him in Seattle.
He was around.
Oh, okay. So
But
it
that's
wasn't
not,
him.
that's not what I was going to say, no.
Okay.
Sorn.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that's where Sword comes into the picture.
That's when Sorn was up there the whole time.
Right.
He was with me at the first business. In fact, he lived in the back of the studio in a little shed that he called the Sugar Shack.
The Sugar Shack.
Yeah. But from there, Gavin, we started renting at the Seattle Glass Blowing Studio.
Right.
You remember that one?
Yep. I like that studio too.
Yeah, it was nice. And it was nice back then.
It's state of the art.
And it was back then. Yeah, but it was kind of expensive. I was in there one day, and this Bill Akers, rest in peace, Bill Akers, big boy, Bill, he'd by the studio. He'd been coming by our studio, and he always loved to share advice. And but he said, I have a little studio that's half the cost of renting here.
Okay.
Yeah, so we cherry picked right out of the mix.
Right.
Soren and I were there making pipes. And we was like,
Hey, come work for me.
come on down to Big Boy Studio and you can rent our shop for $25 an hour.
Oh yeah.
So, guess where I spent the next 3 or 4 years last month?
Working there. Okay.
In
Georgia the skills.
Georgetown. Yep.
Right.
Yep. So I would have to work later afternoon when he was done.
Right.
Worked around his schedule for a long time. Yeah, that was a good 4-year run there, and I learned a lot from Bill.
Right.
But at that point, Gavin, we had Jordan, our second kid,
Right.
and we wanted to move back to Eugene.
Right. City's too hectic. A lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Gotta settle down. Things calm down.
Yeah. So I made a bunch of pipes. I started to learn how to make bombs. And I was learning how to sell. I was becoming quite the entrepreneur actually. And then we moved to Eugene and I became full-time childcare.
Right.
Yeah, Danielle had a good job down here.
Right.
And so I put my business on hold.
Right.
Actually, 2 of my assistants up there, named Kai and Sean, they kind of took over a bomb making business in my absence.
Right.
And they started their own business. And you know what they called it?
Oh. Noble.
No.
No?
No, this was before Noble.
Okay. That's a good guess. No, I think I'm lost on this one.
Oh, there's no way you'd ever guess. They named their business Dos Burros Mas Fina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, can you guess what that means?
No.
Dos Burros Mas Fina. I'm probably butchering it, but can you guess now? Can you guess? They named their bomb making. They named their bomb making Two Fine Donkeys.
2 fine asses. Can't argue with that.
I didn't argue.
That is
I was like, look,
that is
if
a
you want
solid
to take
name.
over my business and call it Two Fine Donkeys, I'm not gonna stop you.
Damn. Now I feel like we kind of missed out. We could have had that name. I don't know. I kind of like Special K a little bit better. It's got a nice ring to it.
They'd still let us have it if we wanted it.
Maybe that'll be our side business.
Yeah, you see what I'm doing here?
Oh yeah. That's old school style. I've never seen it done that way.
Right?
It's like a very large pipe start.
Right? Okay, if you could get those nice and waxed up for me.
Wax and jack.
So,
So you put your business on hold?
I did for about, well, for a good time. But I came down here to Eugene not having a studio, not having really any clue. Hoping maybe I could work, start getting some time at the Eugene Glass School. That was before your time, but
Right in Eugene Glass School's prime, I assume.
yeah, that was their prime. They had a really cool thing going there. And they eventually agreed to let me make bombs as long as I did it after hours.
That's cool. School letting you make bombs.
Yeah, I met a lot of cool people there. They brought in a lot of glass blowers from all over the world too. And actually took a class from Karen Willenbrook there, and I got to see Lino work there. So
All the things.
I made okay, look at this chunker. Holy roly poly. Look how thick that is. That's a hell of a jar. Alright, Gavin, coming on in. Watch how we bomb this on the guys. This is cool. Just gonna cut that right off of there. Alright, Gavin. Okay, flip it over. Okay, I wonder. Yeah, I can get in here. Can you blast it down there? Oh yeah. Look at this beauty. Yeah, careful.
Ooh, and it's nice.
Careful not to squeeze it.
Oh yeah.
Squish.
Nope, not at all. With the butterfly's grace.
What did you say?
With a butterfly's grace.
Grapes. That's a high quality expression there, Gavin. Nice job. Oh yeah. So I would say about 2 years at the glass school, and then I moved out here. I've been here for
Set up shop.
like 16 years. I've been
Woo!
here in Goshen.
That's a long time.
And have not looked back. I wouldn't want to work anywhere else, Gavin.
We got a pretty sweet city.
I love it here.
It's just big enough to where you got everything you need, and just small enough where it's not too crowded.
So this is going to require just one more gather. And yeah, what else, Gavin?
And then, Ben?
Ben?
When did Ben come on?
Yeah, my team's pretty awesome. Ben was about 20 years old. He,
Okay, youngster.
he was working at a local head shop.
Just doing his thing.
Yeah, so he would see me come in there. Oh, but yeah, no, you know what? So, Ben has a best friend. Will.
Right.
And, so Will worked for me first.
Okay.
Yeah, but they both worked at Midtown.
Okay.
Pipe and Tobacco, which was the on-campus head shop
Right.
tobacco store. And,
Their off time, they'd be working for you.
Will decided it was time to leave there, and he got a job with me. Eventually, recommended his friend Ben, I think, to take his place, because I think he was also ready to move on and start doing his own thing. And then the first day Ben showed up to work, 15 minutes late. He came rushing in. He's always kind of, he's high energy, kind of a spaz a little bit sometimes. He's got a little fits in there, and he's like, what are you doing? Yeah, spazzy energy. He's like, I had to wash my hair. I had to wash my hair this morning before I came in. That's why I'm late.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Had to
It was
look
a great
fresh.
excuse. It was a great. He looked super fresh. His hair was still wet.
Nice and fancied up.
He was, it was fancied up. Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Julia started. Well, I guess then that leaves me. That leaves me next.
Okay, so yeah, Ben, Gavin, tell us about your first memory of Julia.
Oh, Julia, when she started working here?
Yeah.
I remember Ben specifically, he called her Jennifer. He couldn't get her name right. And so he called her Jennifer for a good minute, too. Like, it was a long, I think a month or so. Because he just couldn't get her name down. And when she first started, I wasn't sure what to think about her. I knew that she was being hired on to do content and work on shipping and things like that. So it was pretty interesting. I was, at that point in time, I wasn't really into the whole shipping department too much. So I wasn't, I didn't really get a lot of like time with her from the start. But, you know, it didn't take long for her to show up into the shop and start saying, hey, what's up? And, you know, then I started making fun of her and that stopped.
Okay.
Now she's
Julia
like, "Man."
actually came in as a collector first, right?
Yeah, she was a collector at first, that's right. And then she was, she liked our bongs, kept trying to hang out with us so much that we eventually, you know, got tired of shooing her away and was like, all right, fine, you can pack some bongs up.
I think that's how a lot of us got our jobs here.
They were, she had started a page, Herbal Hibiscus, and they were doing content creation. They enjoyed using our bombs for that. So yeah, and then,
Right.
that was a very busy time for us, Gavin.
Oh yeah.
During those years, our business was growing fast, and we just started doing retail. We had gone from 99% business to business to a large chunk direct to consumer.
Definitely.
We were selling a bunch of glass online to our Instagram community,
Right.
auctions and live sales, and
Yeah. And that's where my origin story comes into the business because I call that the industrial age of Special K. Originally, I was hired on to do packing because, you know, there's Soren and Ben got hired way later down the line. You know, about 5 years ago, Chris hired me on, and he hired me on originally to be packing and shipping. And I wasn't really even supposed to be in the hot shop, but I was on the cold shop side. I do a lot of cold work things, and then do a lot of packing and shipping because we did a lot of wholesale. Because that's when we were pretty much only wholesale. And then things started getting a little hectic in the shop, and there was a lot of things at play. Eventually, Chris was like, hey, Gavin, I've got so much, like, you're making so many bombs, right? And we're going so hard that we need an extra person.
oh yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, and so then he started having him come into the hot shop to
Okay, so that's
assist.
it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the line.
And when I was assisting, I wasn't really supposed to. He told me too. He's like, "That's not going to be your job, right? Like assisting isn't going to be your main job,
Oh, that's the bubble. Yeah.
right? My main job was packing, but he's like, when
hold on a second. We're gonna still do.
Yep.
Flash that now. I'm still gonna put a crease in there. Oh yeah. So actually, I want to right there. Oh, okay. I like that. Yeah, because actually putting it at the side so that the pipe can still rest.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
So it can be joint way, or it could be still rest the pipe right in there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
So I wasn't supposed to be into the hot shop for really as my main job. It was just whenever he needed it, which ended up being a lot more than what you would think.
That's kind of the case with everybody, I have to say. When I bring people on, quite often it's going to start as a hybrid, a mix next door, some woodworking, and then seeing how the bench assisting goes. You know, every once in a while I would need a little help blowing pieces out, and then depending on someone's like adaptability and the way they take to that and diligence, then they might be able to start greasing the other parts and watching the pipes in the glory hole and setting up color, and you know, it just kind of is an evolution.
Definitely, yeah. Because I assisted for about, I want to say, a week, just doing bench assistant, and then I was quote unquote thrown to the wolves because I was told, hey, well, we're making so many bongs so quick, we need somebody to open up the kiln doors so that and box the pieces.
I'm glad you remembered that. That was a brand new extra position we had never had before. We were making bombs so fast. The finisher needed a grease man.
Yep.
I had grease, and then you were the second grease.
Right.
That's right.
So,
Grease one and grease
first
two.
day, I reached my arm into that big kiln right behind us, and that thing burns the crap out of my arm. And that was the day I learned
Trial by fire.
trial by fire. Where's the hot spot? How close can you fly to the sun?
All right. I think that we're going to continue some video next door,
Oh yeah.
Gavin, but let's go ahead and cut that.